Just had the most ludicrous, in fact insane, comments made by one Johana talking about the Mao forest, alleging that I made some utterances and suggesting that I never went to school. Ngeno, I want to teach you a lesson. You don't know nothing about conservation. I planted over 26 million trees in the Mao forest. What I said is that any attempt to affect the boundaries of Mao Forest, what I represent as a senator of Narok County, my role as per the Constitution is to defend the interests of the people of Narok County. You know, you act as if you are an MP for Bomet. That's absolutely ludicrous. So all those nonsensical things that you're saying, I think you're the one who ought to go back to school. What I said, and I want to repeat, is that we all depend on the ecosystem of Mao Forest. What Bartok wanted to do is similar to what the former governor of Kericho was attempting to do. You know, we know your politics, and I dare you. You continue messing around with Narok. We'll deal with you accordingly. I see you running around with the governor, trying to give him some advice. Make sure you give him advice that only relates to your constituency, but not advice that relates to the entire Narok County. You know nothing about Narok County. And I'll tell you something. When you talk about conservation, you know, speak and practice what you preach. I'm standing in my own private forest. So when you're telling people that they don't know geography, I know. And if those, you know, the former leaders who saw it fit for the entire ecosystem of Mao that, you know, goes around Narok and Bomet to be administered through Narok administration, who are you now to come and say, no, let's go change? So stop lying to people. We know, you know, we know how cantankerous you can be. We know how stupid you can be. So let me tell you, don't go making any, you know, allegations. Come to me, ask me what I said. Because when you just yap and yap and yap, we can do it that better than you can do it. So my advice to you is this, my friend. Stick to your lane. I'm right on my lane. And I just dare anyone to affect Mao Forest. That's the day you'll know. Kuna mwingine. You know vitu ambayo hujui. Wacha unajifanya hapa hivi. We'll deal with you.
We even Kibaki created a department within the ministry that deals with FGM. You remember Lina Kilimo, I think, Mheshimiwa Lina Kilimo, was appointed to deal with that thing. So it's not something you can tell us, this is something which people are learning now. I think some people are just feigning ignorance. And I would say, it is high time such things are dealt with within the confines of law. Because if you continuously allow people to feign ignorance, claiming that, oh, I never knew this was there, you know, in law we say there is no, you cannot feign ignorance. That you didn't know there is law that prevents or that denies you or that to restrict you from doing ABCD. It is upon us as leaders to ensure that those areas which we think maybe the people have not been properly educated on these matters, it is us leaders who need to fill that gap. We cannot wait for NGOs to teach our people that do not marry off a 9-year-old girl. That is ridiculous. Why would you even do that? And if it was your daughter, who is being defiled, that is defilement. That is not even marrying. That is defilement. And I think the part of the law that we need to change is a part where it is talking about defilement as if it is a smaller crime. When you defile a below 18 years old girl, people put it as if it is just a defilement, and the sentence is around 18 years, 15 years. But when you rape, it is 25 years up to life. Why are we making defilement a smaller crime? And yet you are defiling even a person who is so young that that trauma will never leave them. Why? There are some cultures which are outdated, and me myself, I will not allow such cultures to keep on undermining the education of our girls. I will not allow. In my constituency, I've told people, FGM is a crime. You commit that crime, enda ndani, and I will not make a call. I've even promised the county commissioner and everybody that I will not make a call for anybody who has been arrested for defiling a child, for impregnating a below 18-year-old girl, for circumcising a girl. I will not make a call. In fact, if I make a call, I will make a call to arrest that person and put him in until such a time when the law has taken its course. Our girls now, look at the current CS, who was competing at the highest level in the country because of her education. Mheshimiwa Soipan, if she had been circumcised and married off when she was 18 or when she was 15, tungekuwa na mtu ya kuita CS. These are the role models people should be using, and it's not Narok where we should be having this kind of nonsense. I don't think it should be Narok. I married a woman who is a lawyer. Suppose her parents had married off when she was 15 or 10, angekuwa na hiyo nafasi ya kuwa wakili. So please, my brothers and sisters in Narok, tuache wasichana wasome. We cannot turn them into cultural objects. We marry them off because it is our culture. We circumcise them because it is our culture. We impregnate them because it is our culture. That is nonsense. It should not happen at this era. And our leaders must be calm, must be candid enough to tell their people. Me, I tell mine. I tell them it's not about votes. You impregnate a young girl, don't vote for me. You are a criminal, you belong to jail. You make a girl drop out of school because of FGM, you belong to jail. And you don't even need to vote for me. Just go to jail. And let us not, as leaders, allow our people to commit crimes, to defile our children, to stop our children from progressing, to make girls drop out of schools, just because of our culture. There are some cultures which are outdated, and me myself, I will not allow such cultures to keep on undermining the education of our girls. I will not. Our girls now, look at the current CS, who was competing at the highest level in the country because of her education. Mheshimiwa Soipan, if she had been circumcised and married off when she was 18 or when she was 15, tungekuwa na mtu ya kuita CS. These are the role models people should be using, and it's not Narok where we should be having this kind of nonsense. I don't think it should be Narok. Let us educate our people. I married a woman who is a lawyer. Suppose her parents had married off when she was 15 or 10, angekuwa na hiyo nafasi ya kuwa wakili. So please, my brothers and sisters in Narok, tuache wasichana wasome. Thank you. Thank you. Nisiingie mambo mingi.